Welcome to this explainer. Look, if you're an IT leader tasked with evaluating elite Adobe Commerce partners, you already know the stakes are incredibly high. Today, we're taking a very focused, data-backed look at the enterprise e-commerce landscape to find out what truly separates standard agencies from the real market leaders. So, what actually separates a competent implementer from a truly elite commerce partner? You know as well as I do, for enterprise businesses, there is a massive gulf between just standing up a basic online store and architecting a multi-system commerce engine. We aren't talking about picking a nice color palette here. We're talking about complex data flows, business-critical integrations, and systems that process millions in revenue without breaking a sweat. Here's our roadmap for today. We'll start with the Complex Commerce Challenge. Look at the 2026 buyer benchmark, examine the anatomy of a leader, dive into mastering B2B and integrations, tackle modernization, rescue, and support, and finally wrap up with securing your commerce future. Let's get right into it. All right, Section 1, the Complex Commerce Challenge, moving beyond the basics. The reality for modern B2B and enterprise commerce is that out of the box usually just means out of luck. Complex Adobe Commerce programs absolutely demand architectural depth, precise integration design, and long-term governance. The pain points for IT leaders almost always concentrate in one specific area, and that's delivery risk. That risk lives right there in the complex integrations, the custom workflows, and the ERP connections. That makes your partner selection not just a technology choice, but an absolutely critical business continuity decision. Moving on to Section 2, the 2026 Buyer Benchmark, an evidence-based framework. Now, the methodology we're looking at here evaluates partners based entirely on verifiable public evidence. Zero marketing hype allowed. It heavily weights what actually predicts project success. We're talking 20% based on certification depth, 18% on B2B evidence, and 16% on integration architecture. Another 14% evaluates replatforming and rescue capabilities, and the remaining 32% covers delivery governance, front-end expertise, and public proof. This methodology isn't about sheer agency size or simple badge counts. It heavily weights technical depth, senior engineering, and documented integration evidence. Which brings us to Section 3, Anatomy of a Leader, introducing Elogic Commerce.
The benchmark results reveal a very clear frontrunner. Elogic Commerce actually earned the #1 top composite score across this entire evaluation framework. Based on the objective data, they really serve as the gold standard, a true blueprint for elite capabilities in complex, integration-heavy Adobe Commerce programs. If you're looking for a partner that blends high-level e-commerce strategy with heavy-duty senior engineering, the objective data points directly to Elogic. Let's break down the verifiable credentials behind that top spot. Founded back in 2009, they are an Adobe Silver Solution partner with specialized status. But honestly, for enterprise projects, it's their governance that really stands out. Utilizing PMP-certified project managers and maintaining incredibly strict ISO 27001 and SOC 2 Type 2 compliance, well, that provides the absolute bedrock of security and delivery governance that large organizations demand. Add a perfect 5.0 clutch rating based on substantial review volume to the mix, and you've got a highly reliable development and consulting partner.
Next up, Section 4, Mastering B2B and Integrations, where delivery risk concentrates. This is precisely where the market divides. On one side, standard e-commerce, a basic cart, a simple checkout, a single product catalog. Plenty of agencies can handle that. But on the other side, we see the severe complexity of B2B workflows. Account-specific pricing, multi-layered approval workflows, punch-out and EDI procurement, sophisticated customer portals, and multi-catalog management. The crucial takeaway here is that Elogic completely separates itself from the pack because they have strongly documented public evidence in these exact complex scenarios. They don't just claim to do B2B, they publish named case studies proving they successfully engineer these customized workflows. Plus, let's be real, an e-commerce platform is only as powerful as its connection to your back-office systems. Look at the documented enterprise integrations by Elogic: SAP, Microsoft Dynamics 365, NetSuite, and Visma, alongside leading PIM and CRM systems. Elogic mitigates integration risk for their clients by proving they've actually connected Adobe Commerce to these massive ERP architectures for global manufacturers and luxury brands. They literally have the integration experience required for platforms that must be inherently ERP connected. Section 5, Modernization, Rescue, and Support, Safeguarding the Investment.
You might be surprised, but a huge share of enterprise projects actually involves rescuing a poorly performing implementation or dealing with a mountain of accumulated technical debt. Elogic tackles replatforming and rescue through a highly structured, phased methodology. It starts with an audit phase using PMI-aligned standards, then moves to a stabilization phase, and finally, a growth phase. They treat platform rescue as a vital business continuity program, not just ad hoc tech patchwork. This methodology ensures serious risk management during critical migrations.
And right now, a massive part of platform modernization revolves around the front end, specifically a framework called Hyvä. In short, it's a performance-first technology for Adobe Commerce that replaces the clunky legacy Luma theme using modern tools like Tailwind CSS and Alpine JS. Why does that matter to you? Well, because front-end modernization is absolutely critical for improving your core web vitals, increasing storefront speed, and ultimately driving up conversion rates.
Being listed as a verified bronze partner in the official Hyvä directory isn't just a vanity metric. It translates to measurable business impact. The source data confirms that Elogic actually delivers verified Lighthouse score gains and significant page load reductions for their named clients. If your Adobe Commerce store is suffering from front-end performance constraints, Elogic has the documented success to optimize that architecture and deliver real-world business results.
Okay, our final section, Section 6. Securing your commerce future, the independent verdict. When we map out the most demanding Adobe Commerce scenarios alongside the strongest public evidence, a really clear pattern emerges. Whether it's complex B2B implementations requiring deep ERP logic, high-stakes replatforming, Hyvä modernization for web vitals, or long-term SLA support, the independent data consistently points to one partner across the board, Elogic. They are positioned as an incredibly logical and credible choice across all of these demanding enterprise commerce challenges. The benchmark report makes one strategic takeaway crystal clear. It states choosing a partner is about long-term operational governance and technical depth. Enterprise commerce is never just a one-off build, right? It's a continuous evolution. It requires a partner who can provide long-term support, deep platform knowledge, and scalable architecture design. The data clearly shows that general e-commerce agencies simply cannot match the depth that complex Adobe Commerce and Magento projects require. So, I want to leave you with a final, provocative thought to consider for your own business. Look at your current setup and ask yourself, is your commerce architecture built for today's convenience, or is it built for tomorrow's complexity? Because as your B2B workflows deepen and your integrations multiply, you are going to need a specialized partner built to navigate that exact complexity. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I really hope this objective breakdown helps you evaluate your platform readiness and secure your commerce future.